Hi Cancer, welcome to Sophquest. My name is Spence and we are in a big week. We have a full moon, total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. That is very important this week. It is going to have a 6-month effect, and so we'll talk about that as we go along. Today I'm going to read from the Oracle, the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Byrne Reed. Sagittarius maps seemed appropriate. I like it. And Gemini season, I thought the Tarot of Mystical Moments, it's very surreal. And right now with, Jupiter and Neptune in a square right during this T-square, during this full moon, it's just it's so big and dreamy, and it's challenging us to remain positive, but it's also opening our minds to a little bit more of a mystical, mysterious, elusive, and ethereal way of learning some really big things right now. And I think that's happening to all of us. All right, so we are now in Gemini season, which started on the 20th to 21st, depending on where you are in the world. And Gemini season runs for about a month, of course, like all seasons do. So it's challenging you to learn. And we have a beautiful conjunction between Mercury and Venus in Gemini, which is the love of learning, but it's also the love of communicating important things that we want to talk about. Okay, that one just dropped out, but I'm not going to take it because I saw 2 others that dropped out. So let me just continue talking, Cancer. So it's respect the mysteries right now, okay? If things are a little mysterious and we don't quite know everything, I think the universe is saying to us, well, everything's on a need-to-know basis right now. And when you need to know, you'll know. So I don't know, that's kind of what I heard. So right now I think is a big time for trust. Trusting what you're feeling, trusting what you're thinking about, and trying to trust that your mind is opening to new ideas. We're just in that time in history. All right, Cancer, I'm going to cut the deck. And here we go. For you, Cancer, we have Gentle Gardener. Gentle Gardener, Cancer. You're probably feeling very emotional. Full moon, total lunar eclipse. You will feel that, but it's a good thing right now for you, I think, with Jupiter and Neptune. A dreamy feeling that feels a little bit more ethereal and watery. I think that'll feel comfortable for you, Cancer. And I also think with Mercury and Venus in Gemini, it will help you to lighten up a little bit and talk about lighter things. Laugh. That is how to be the gentle gardener, to grow the garden that you're trying to grow right now. All right, let's pull a 9 card from the Tarot of Mystical Moments by Katrine. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Katrine Welch-Stein. It's a beautiful deck. I really do love it. It's surrealism, it's beautiful, and it speaks to me. And I thought that it was a really good deck for right now. And then the Enchanted Map. I'm a big fan of Colette Byrne Reed. I love her books. I think her writing is particularly insightful, and I just love that. All right, so I'll read a snippet of that Gentle Gardener card for you. I'm going to pull your 9 card. Okay, one didn't flip out. Tried to turn over, but let's do it. Ah, there's one. Yes, 6 of Swords. You're moving forward from last week with maybe a little bit of conflict, if there was any, perhaps in conversation. Maybe you had to solve a problem. Let's see. Then we have 2 of Cups. Yes, a relationship, I think. 9 of Cups. Very good. I think it's working itself out. Beautiful. Strength. Took courage to have a conversation, I think. Magician. You are making the choice to create something in your relationship that you want, a change that is important to you, and I think that's beautiful, Cancer. Knight of Cups, you're doing it with love. I mean, with a loving heart, an open heart. Your heart's on your sleeve, I think. And if it's not yet, that would be the advice for you, Cancer. 4 of Swords. Okay, you're going to take a little bit of a respite now and heal from whatever. Because you're getting a new perspective with the Hangman. Look at all of these major arcana cards for you right now. Wow. And the 4 of Cups. Okay. Okay, here's what I just heard in my head, okay? You got what you wanted, but did you? That's what I heard, and I heard it just like that. So I don't know. Then the Page of Pentacles. Okay, look at you now. You're really learning about how the seeds that you plant grow. Now, whether or not it's a negative seed or a positive seed is really up to how you plant it, isn't it? I think right now, because we are going to go through this big eclipse, for you, especially in Gemini right now, Cancer, because Gemini is your 12th house, this is about talking about things that you need to heal from. And I'm seeing that with the last card here, because it's like you want that cup to come in. You're being protected. The universe is offering something to you so that the change can happen for you. Because your heart's out, man. It's right out. And I think you're going to get your wish. But I think that... Oh, I just heard salt and vinegar. That's so strange. Okay. So maybe you'll hear truth, but it might sour you a little bit for a moment. I don't know why I heard that. Unless you're just eating salt and vinegar chips. And if that's the case, I understand. Yum. Okay, Cancer. Gentle Gardener. Let's take a listen to that. Number 2, Gentle Gardener. I love the way Colette Baron-Reid writes, and I'm honoring her writing right now. Because we're in Gemini. Writing, speaking, communicating. Gentle Gardener. Be your own person. Be a conscious co-creator. The Gentle Gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality you experience. She is the embodiment of the energy within you that is sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that all that you are is reflected in the world of form. Are you aware of your thoughts? What is their quality? You thinking negatively or positively, right? Believe in limitless possibility and you will see miracles unfold. The Gentle Gardener guarantees the integrity of everything you send out into the world. Stay positive and expect a wondrous return. Your garden is abundant with beauty. Remember how I said, how are you planting your seed? Right? I think that message is big for you. So what you're saying, whatever this conversation was last week, right? If you were solving a problem last week or having a conversation or having to bring something up to someone, you did make progress with the 6 of Swords. The card that's previous to the 6 is the 5 of Swords. And to me, it's really one of the most negative cards when it comes to communication. It's either silent treatment or it's lose-lose, right? Like a fight that nobody wins. Or it's winning at all costs and feeling like crap about yourself because you've hurt somebody's feelings. Either way, whatever happened last week or in the recent past that maybe hurt your feelings, well, you're moving on from it. Because you've decided you're watering a garden here. You're growing a love that really matters to you underneath this. I always look at the bottom of the deck. It matters to you. It's what you want to grow. You're wanting to grow a relationship and you're willing to work for it. That's the bottom of the deck. That's how I know you care about this person, Cancer, and you are trying to grow this beautiful relationship. So you're getting past whatever you thought was negative and realizing, you know what? We're 2 of Cups, man. We're 2 peas in a pod. I can be myself with this person. They can be themselves with me, whether we agree or disagree. And we can have that respect for each other. Because that's really all you want, 9 of Cups. That's all you want. All you really want. This is the wish card, what you wish for. Your wish fulfillment. You wish to have a relationship where you can be yourself. Where you can take on a problem and be honest. And say, let's move from the choppy water, the argument here, into the calmer water. The resolution. That's what you wanted. You wanted to talk about something that was going on and get resolved, right? This is resolution. So did you talk about a problem in a relationship and get a resolution on the problem? If not last week, that's what's coming this week, I think, for you, Cancer. That is what I'm seeing right now first. Okay, then I have Strength. Now this took strength from you because you have to be brave, to be honest, sometimes. It also takes self-control not to be ugly. So, were you too much of the lion? Roar! Too much of the lamb, where you didn't say anything, but you got your feelings hurt? Or were you able to have that inner strength in your core to say, okay, this is the truth of how I feel, and then you listened so that you could hear the truth of how they feel, right? Because you're trying here to create a love where, look at this woman here, she has her heart in her hands, right? It's like you are willing to be vulnerable here. You are willing to use every bit of yourself, your heart, mind, body, and soul, to love this person. That's how I see the Magician. Heart, mind, body, and soul, you're doing it. Putting every bit of yourself into it. It takes finesse to have good communication in a relationship, doesn't it? Sometimes it takes finesse. Sometimes it's brute strength. And just trying to get your point across in an argument, right? But whatever this is, I think this is you really trying to create a beautiful love relationship that is completely honest, has authenticity to it, where both people are seen and heard and respected and given, the honorable place that they deserve in the relationship. Each person in their own sense of empowerment. So in other words, an interdependent relationship. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so you took some time out. 4 of Swords is after the 3 of Swords. We might have gotten hurt a little bit. So we take some time to ourselves and we think, ouch, but I'm okay. I think better of this. I lay down the sword. I don't want to fight. I want resolution. So, the Hanged Man. You thought better of the conversation and decided, or maybe you will this week, consider their perspective, their point of view. And did they make a sacrifice in that moment, okay, when you were trying to cooperate with each other and understand each other? Did they sacrifice for you? Did you sacrifice for them? Is it equal footing in the sacrifice department? Like, who's giving more as far as, authenticity, truthful feelings, kind words, respect, the things that it takes to communicate in a relationship, right? And you're trying to have a peace of mind about it. You're finding your peace of mind by understanding their perspective. Even though maybe you didn't get everything that you wanted out of the conversation, which tells me you don't know that you've gotten closure. You're not sure it got through. Was it in one ear and out the other? You're really hopeful that it isn't, but I think maybe you're just not sure that cup of love is the love that you're asking for, which is why in the 4 of Cups, she seems a little dejected, a little wary of the love coming at her. It's like, am I going to get more of the same? Or, I've opened my heart up here. Okay, so let's go down the vertical look at this. Because Gentle Gardener, you are really trying your best to be fair and kind and loving. You're planting good seeds here, Cancer. Okay, 6 of Swords, you're trying to move through the dark clouds, right? I'm sorry, hold on. Stop! I apologize. I had no idea that my alarm was so noisy. I have to choose a different musical chime. Okay, so you're moving toward this incredible positive motion. You are trying to solve a problem in the relationship. You're trying to have self-control and self-respect at the same time. And you're doing that by taking time out to consider your own feelings and how you want to communicate them in the future. You're trying to make peace. That's what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing as the first row. So perhaps this is what happened last week. Okay? This week, I see the Two of Cups, the Magician, and the Hangman. You are trying to create a relationship where both perspectives are taken into consideration, discussed equally. What does it create? It creates a relationship where you are the magician, each of you, interdependence, where you can each be in it, heart, mind, body, and soul. That you each have a sense of empowerment. You are each manifesting from your own truth. Right, Cancer? Okay, so then maybe coming up soon, Nine of Cups. You're going to get your wish because you're willing to be vulnerable with the Knight of Cups. You love this person. You're willing to be vulnerable. And you may not get everything you want. They may not respond immediately in the next week or two. Remember, we are in a full moon eclipse. We're having to let go of some old hurts. Everybody's dealing with their own stuff. So give your person time. If it's you, ask for time. Just say, you know what, I think I need a little bit of thinking time. Like poo. I mean, go to your thinking spot. Because your wish is coming true here, I think, in this relationship. I do. I just think the cup is coming in for you. I just don't know if it's got the right liquid in it for it. It's like somebody brings you a cup of coffee when really you wanted a glass of water or a glass of wine. It's one of those. It's like in the center with this magician, to the best of itself, the magician is creative. And they are manifesting from their heart, mind, body, and soul what it is that they're really wanting in life. And it's a good thing, okay? This is the hero's journey, right? You start as the fool, you take the leap of faith, you learn the tools of how to live in the world with all the elements. Air, fire, earth, and water. Mind, heart, body, and soul. And then you go on the hero's journey. So you are wanting to go on this journey with this person. And you're trying to make sacrifices when necessary and ask them to make sacrifices when necessary to see each other's perspective. To the negative, though, in the center here, when the magician is sort of in reverse, it's over-controlling things. It's manipulating things to have a certain outcome. And if you don't get your way, then you feel dejected. So trying, because I'm looking at the diagonal here, the Six of Swords with the magician and then the Four of Cups, you're trying to move forward and problem solve and create a new scenario where you're Two of Cupsing it, right, with each other. But you might not get everything you want, or it may not come out the way you want it this week. So what I would say is just be careful not to fall into the kind of communication that's like passive aggressive or a little manipulative. And no judgment. We all do it. Everyone on the planet, okay? We are all trying to learn here how to love. Every one of the human race. And as we evolve, as we learn true love, unconditional love, the love of God consciousness, Christ consciousness, Buddha, the love that is hard to even define, right? It's consciousness, it's energy, it's the goodness that is life, that heals. You are trying to heal from perhaps a bit of a rift, and you will. You will, Cancer, because you care, and because you're willing to put your whole self into it, and because you do have a sense of self-control. You really do. You're acting in a mature way here, and I think your person is too. I just think that there might be some things that have been a bit misunderstood about each other, or maybe subjects that you just haven't quite been able to talk about. Maybe you haven't been able to say what you really want in the relationship, right? Like you've been carrying on smartly, doing what you need to do. You do the dishes, they cook, or you cook and they do the dishes, right? This is the responsible card. But what do you really want in this relationship? What do you want to grow in the relationship, Cancer? Because I think that's what you're trying to plant here. Okay? So I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. I hope you have an excellent full moon eclipse. It will last out 6 months. So this is an important time to really consider what you're planting. All right? I hope that you take care, and I really do appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel, Sophquest, because we've moved from Sophquest energy here to Sophquest. So please come along and subscribe, guys, so we can thrive. All right? You take care, and I will talk to you again next week. Thank you so much.